Conversation is about love. I'm going to pose the first question to you, George.
Yeah.
What's the difference between love and being in love?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning to our cherished viewers. You see, the thing is that because there's a thin line between love and hate, if you ask people to tell you what is love, they describe love by hate. And this word love is not what we say love is reciprocal. Love is never reciprocal. It's never. When you give love, you shouldn't expect love back. That's a mistake. So husbands are walking and say, I love you and you have to love me back. As a matter of fact, no woman can love a man. This is why it's here. No woman can love a man. What they do is not called love.
And how does that concern me?
Because you are here, you are a woman.
You are also a woman as well. Listen, George.
You understand? So that's my side. So when you talk about love and being in love, it's a practicing of what you feel, think, act is love, which is a man's prerogative, not a woman's prerogative, my sister.
We talk about how that love could turn sour.
Yes.
Yes. At which point are you able to tell that, hey, there is no love? I mean, you've been in the relationship, you see how things are going. It definitely is not the same as it started. Is it by that? Can you just say that no? I think that there's no more love in this relationship.
And before you even answer, there's a video which may give us some prompt into your response about love and when it becomes sour and abuse comes in. So take a look, and we shall continue our conversation on when love turns sour right here on GH Today.
Yes, I need an ambulance.
A desperate call to 911.
My girlfriend, I think it's drain cleaner. We just putting it in the toilet and we slipped.
Oh, she fell? She fell?
Yes, send the ambulance now.
It sounded like a freak accident. The man making the call says his girlfriend has fallen into a bucket of industrial-strength drain cleaner. Her face was splattered with sulfuric acid.
It's burning me. God, it's coming. It's burning her skin.
Okay, it's burning her skin?
Yes.
Christy Sims slipped into a coma. 2 months later, she awakened. And this is what she looked like. Her once beautiful face now disfigured.
I was being burned alive.
It's burning her skin.
Literally, the skin burned off of my entire upper torso. They used my stomach to rebuild my face.
But there was another shock to come. When she came out of her coma, Christy learned that police had deemed the incident to be an accident. That's when Christy told authorities this was no accident, that her boyfriend had deliberately doused her with acid because she was breaking up with him. Police listened to the 911 call again, and there was this telling moment.
She get in her eyes as well?
Is it in your eyes? Yes. She said yes.
It sounds like she needs to get in the shower. She needs to get this stuff off of her.
You can hear Christy pleading with him to rinse off the acid. Listen as Christy's boyfriend ignores the instructions.
Is she in the shower?
No.
Okay, where is she at right now?
She's sitting on the floor.
They told him to rinse me off. He came over to me in a calm voice and said, baby, just sit here. They said not to rinse you off.
Incredibly, the boyfriend, Andrew Fordham, let the acid burn into her skin for 10 full minutes before the ambulance arrived.
I was a pretty woman. I think he wanted to definitely disfigure me. He wanted me to be unattractive for any other man.
A jury found Fordham guilty of aggravated assault. At his sentencing in Hamilton, Georgia, Christy stared down the man who has destroyed her beauty.
I'm so sorry for everything that you've been through for the past 2 years. And not in a million years would I have ever done this to you intentionally. This was an accident.
I did not believe his apology. I did not feel any sincerity whatsoever.
Neither did the judge.
It will be 20 years to serve in the state penal.
Yes. So what? So that no man looks at her. I was talking about the bit where, look, you can determine at a point. At what point can you say that, look, there's no more love? I'm looking at this one. There's the issue with the woman that in her sleep her husband was supposed to have shot her, and she seemed to kind of protecting the man. Tell us, are women condoning violence against
women? Oh, yes. Yes.
Explain.
It's a biggest yes.
Explain.
You see, I don't understand when you even find a young girl who is not married. You see, this thing is disgusting, and it doesn't make sense that a boyfriend doesn't justify a husband doing it. But like a boyfriend talking jolly popcorn boy who has no rights for you, has disfigured you. I ask all the young girls who are, you are not married, okay, who are not married and are having boyfriends, that when your boyfriend dies, will you be a widow? I said it one time, people didn't understand that. If you are dating one guy for more than 2 weeks, there's something wrong with your brain.
For more than 2 weeks. One guy for more than 2 weeks.
Yes, there's something wrong with your brain.
Let's speak to the...
You understand again?
When does love turn into something that is not love?
I think even before it gets to that point, there are signs. You see the signs. You see the signs of a very abusive boyfriend. You see a boyfriend who is so jealous, so obsessed with you, always wanting to know where you are, trying to find out. You just see all these things. You just choose to ignore them. And then along the line, these things start happening. When you see these things, just walk out. The person will not change. I've been there before. The person will not change. You just have to
When did you
out.
see the signs?
You know, at a point in time, everywhere you were, he wants to find out where you are. He'll call you. Where are you? I'm here. Let me see if you. Let me talk to the person next to you and see if you are there or not. You get it? What are you doing? I'm sleeping. Are you sure you are sleeping? Yes.
I'm talking to your father.
That is it. And at a point, it was just irritating. It was just getting on my nerves.
How long did this go on for?
It went on for over a year, and I just had it. I just had to work out.
In the beginning, when it happened, what were you thinking?
At first, I was thinking that he was just protecting what he loved. Probably he was too much, and I didn't want to share me with anybody, so he just had to make sure I was in his zone. But it was wrong.
And then what gave you the decision that, look, this is it, I can't take this? Did he cross a certain line that he shouldn't have crossed?
He didn't really cross a line. I think I was watching this movie and forgotten the movie, but somebody made a comment and said, a boyfriend who is over jealous is not the kind of person you should be with. That's a recipe for disaster. That man can actually lay his hands on you in future. So if you're seeing all, just walk out. And I just had to take my decision and then walk out.
Look, let's look at how you can even begin in the process. Did we look at the issue of abuse and love?
No, it's just what we're going to. I mean, like what she just said.
Yes.
You see, why I say women are condoning. There are other girls like her who might not even watch the movie and will not even watch the crazy young man called Counselor Luton, because most of them think that I'm insane because she watched a movie and heard it clear. But if she watched this morning's TV and hears it clear, you say, this man I know is not normal. And that's okay. But we need change in the system. There are a lot of them who are believing that he's protecting what he has. Any man who is jealous, jealousy is never love. So identifying it and knowing it's going to abuse is some of these things. They will just start caring, where are you? Let me know, are you sleeping? Who is around you? And now the girls who have now found another way, they will prove to you that somebody, some have voice note, they will just play, somebody is there. Somebody will also let somebody pray in prayers because they are in church. But the thing is that you identify these things. What they do is that they believe it's love. That is before the marriage.
That's why today we hear stuff like, oh, they brought it upon themselves and all of that.
Before the marriage, you see the signs. Now, in the marriage, it becomes worse. You see acid poured on somebody. There are a lot of people that they've not poured the acid on them. They've made them drink the acid. You say love has gone sour. They've drunk the acid. It means that acidic content, they've taken in something that is very sour. They are swallowing pain, but they are sitting there because of their children.
So you think the emotional abuse is even sometimes
it's more painful
worse than physical abuse?
People are walking that they are using makeups to cover their smiles, but under them, they are more the creative, ugly looking acid attack, because they are condoning to maintain themselves in the marriages because of their children.
How do we even get to that point where it becomes sour? I mean, you meet this person, you think you're both in love. There's everything that shows that there is love in the air, and then all of a sudden it turns sour. How do we even get to that point?
You see, the problem I have with these young girls coming up is that they walk with no plan. They are planless.
When you say they walk with no plan,
they are just walking anyhow, as if you want to go somewhere. Any trotro that appears.
So you have to plan.
That's it.
Your life.
So when you plan that, I want to marry a tall man who is in the media, who has a deep voice, who has a lot of flair of sanguine nature. That is my design. He should be a Muslim. He should be a fetish priest. He should be an Ewe. He should be this. So you have a plan working. For that matter, if anything of that nature crosses your path, you have a design for it. Now, you also have a plan for marriage. So when you meet things that don't fall within your line, no man should call marriage into your life if you are not ready for it.
But our ways are not the Lord's ways.
Oh, please forget about that thing.
Okay.
Please stop about that.
Okay, thank you. But let me just bring
Lost way for the
the gentleman that you were dating.
Yeah.
What was your plan for him, and what was his plan for you?
We even had plans of getting married, actually.
Okay. Were your parents aware?
My parents were aware of us going out, but you know what he was doing to me. They didn't know about that. It was just like me trying to cover up for him. They saw him as the good guy, the perfect person. Hallelujah. Everything was okay. Hallelujah. But deep down, I knew what I was going through.
Did you have any people you were confiding in?
No. Kafi, you can't even tell anybody because you feel like some way, somehow, it's your business.
He's too gentle to do it.
And even from the outlook, he looks like this guy who wouldn't do that.
Now that you have this experience behind you, what would you advise people who are going through what you're going through right now, where you think that the love has now turned into something completely different?
Kafi, you can't change the person.
It took you 1 year. It was not that easy.
Back then, I was blinded. But now they're listening to us. They know that. If they're watching, they know that it's not. It just won't happen. It's not real. You can marry this person, all right, Kafi, but what you go through, see what has happened on TV.
George, does counseling help?
It helps so much.
How do you begin the process?
Now you begin the process by telling somebody you trust. It's not just coming to a counselor.
Yeah, but she didn't tell anybody.
No, yes, that's what I'm saying. You know why she didn't tell anybody? Because the mistake she did was introducing the guy who she was not fully aware of who he is to the family. And that's the mistake the girls are doing. I want everybody to know who I'm going out with. How? We don't advertise boyfriends and girlfriends. They are burdens and commodities. We advertise husbands and wives. You understand what I'm saying?
No, but you date after a while when you got to know each other. Then you want now the family to know.
She didn't get any of that stage, and she's still introduced because say everybody sees the guy to be fine. We are using her.
No, this is not a case study. Let's bring your point out. Without how we're not attacking you. Bring your point out.
Let's look at how we can begin the process. Now we are pressed with time. Let's look at how.
Begin the process by identifying somebody you trust.
Okay.
She didn't identify anybody. She identified TV. But you see, identify somebody you trust, like your mom, that you want to tell your mom that, ma, especially ma, the young man who I brought here, who you like so much, is this, is that, is that. But he does A, B, C, D, that I am not comfortable with. When I would say, what? Then that's where you start from. Now, if it doesn't go well with mom, you can also now go back and look for external help. And for those who are married, who are condoning to abuse, one of these days you'll be shot like the other girl and we'll know who shot you.
What's your advice for people
who
think they need to walk out of a relationship of this nature where it's become abusive? What's your advice?
The first thing is that once you identify, if you are not identifying it, walk out, and walking out, you need help. Me, I'm always available for you to help you sweep your bag out of that relationship. So write this number down.
But can you walk out of a marriage?
Why not? Who says divorce is not permissible? Who says so? Oh, please.
What are the conditions for divorce?
Conditions?
Yes.
If there's an abuse, leave before you die and become paralyzed. Like the lady who is now paralyzed, we don't know who shot her, and she's now pointing about girlfriends and talking about the man doesn't want the child, and the man says, who impregnated you? You saw all these signs, and you're waiting to die before. Since you could have died, will you know what happened?
So get help, get professional help.
Professional help.
Okay.
Godly help is okay. People are praying and they are dying in the prayer in anxiety. So I didn't say go to church.
Okay.
Look for professional help.
Okay.
And for some of us who you don't even believe in us, we are there to help you. If you think we are not even normal, you come and experience our abnormality, and let's see if there will be a change.
What's your Twitter handle?
It's Councillor Lutrot or Lutrot Africa. Any of the two you
at
get.
Lutrot Africa.
At Lutrot Africa.
LUTTERODT.
And then Africa. The black common sense.
Okay.
But the number is very important to those who can know if you have a Twitter handle. It's 0277. Write it slowly. 60964. We are watching your boyfriend's house. Write it in your mind so that he will not delete it. 0277 609644. Don't die in a dying relationship. Even if your husband has given birth, some people, their husbands have given birth and they're hiding their children.
So they should take the number, they should get in charge. Reverend Councillor Cyril George Carstensen Lutrot is our guest, Chief Encouragement Officer of WAG Consult Limited. He's also a gazetted pastor in charge of Holy Ghost Chapel of Living Fountain International Ministries Incorporated. And Akofa Dokle is a business executive. Akofa, thank you for sharing your story. You are in the month of love. I love the red. Looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.